How much tax do corporations actually pay? You can turn back now or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. The Internal Revenue Service defines a tax conspiracy as a group effort to cheat the government out of revenue or to impede the IRS's efforts to enforce tax laws. This is not the same as working to pay the lowest amount of tax possible. In fact, the U.S. Supreme Court agrees that anyone can work to make his or her taxes as low as possible in the landmark Gregory versus Helvering case. While legal methods of dodging taxes are plentiful, numerous individuals and organizations resort to illegal methods every year. Advocacy website OurFiscalSecurity.org estimates that tax evasion has cost the U.S. government over $3 trillion from 2001 to 2010. Of course, advocacy websites have a certain amount of inherent bias, but even if they're exaggerating the numbers, they're hitting on a vitally important question. How often do corporations and individuals skip out on Uncle Sam? Here's where it gets crazy. Constantly. According to a 2013 article by Nelson D. Schwartz, corporations in 2010 paid a 12.6% tax rate, less than half of the official rate of 35%. And these aren't small mom-and-pop companies either. These are some of the largest multinational corporations based in the United States. Journalist Alan Pike found that 57 separate companies on the S&P 500 index actually paid a 0% tax rate. In an absurd twist fit for Joseph Heller or Franz Kafka, companies that were profitable actually paid less than companies that took a loss. And, in the vast majority of cases, these companies were within their legal rights. The Byzantine U.S. tax system is riddled with loopholes and exemptions, while intricate accounting strategies using offshore shelters can prevent large amounts of revenue from ever being taxed. In defense of their strategies, spokespeople and executives note that their companies also pay tax on operations in foreign countries, so that the U.S. may not be aware of the entirety of their bill. Additionally, opponents of corporate taxation argue that 35% is too high of a rate to begin with. However, opponents of relaxed taxation and loopholes point out that intensive lobbying may have created a situation in which companies are indirectly dictating the government's position on taxation. This is not meant to imply that the IRS doesn't prosecute those who get caught illegally avoiding taxes. Numerous individuals and corporations have been busted. Apple CEO Tim Cook was even called to Congress recently to defend his company's accounting practices. And, in some cases, notorious criminals have been laid low by the prosecution of tax evasion alone. Regardless of your position on taxation, almost everyone can agree on a few things. First, the system is broken. Second, it is, to a degree, malleable. One of the most clear examples of this is found in what's called advanced pricing agreements, long-term deals between the IRS and companies which lock the IRS into an agreement for the company's multi-year tax plan. In the case of Oracle, these secretive agreements brought the company's tax rate down from 31% in 2003 to under 19% in 2013. While these agreements are entirely legal and expensive, they are also withheld from the public as confidential information. For years afterwards, these deals can remain the stuff they don't want you to know. What do you think? Are corporations bilking the public, or is big government attempting to drain the profits of private entities? Let us know in the comments.